Hello students, welcome to Learn with JJ Academy. In today's video, we are going to see the concept convolution theorem, one of the very important topic of Laplace inverse Laplace transform. So without wasting time, let's start today's video. This is the procedure of solving problem by using convolution theorem. Okay. They will give question in this form, find Laplace inverse of, they will give you two functions. Okay. You have to consider first function as f of s and second function as g of s. Okay, or you can consider any function as f of s and g of s. So the first step is they will give you question in this form, find Laplace inverse of f of s into g of s. Okay, in second step what you have to find, the value of f of s and g of s. From f of s and g of s, in third step you have to find value of f of t and g of t. How will you find value of f of t and g of t? So by taking inverse both side. The Laplace inverse of f of s is equal to f of t. Remember this. And the Laplace inverse of g of s is equal to g of t. Okay. After finding value of f of t and g of t, finally means in step 4, you have to apply convolution theorem. So the main formula of convolution theorem is f of t into g of t is equal to integration of limit 0 to t. Limits are fixed, standard limits are there. In every problem you have to use this for limits only. 0 to t. F of t minus u means in f of t, instead of t you have to put t minus u into g of u. G of u means in g of t, instead of t you have to put u, or simply in g of t you have to replace t by u. So this is the main formula of convolution theorem. F of t into g of t is equal to integration of limit 0 to t. F of t minus u, replace t by t minus u in f of t, into g of u, replace t by u in g of t du. So you have to integrate, after this you have to integrate the given equation with respect to u and simplify this. Okay. So without wasting time, we'll see some question on this topic. So the question will be asked, find Laplace inverse of, they have given one equation here, and every time in every problem they will mention by using convolution theorem. Okay. In exam they will mention find Laplace inverse of given equation by using convolution theorem. Okay. So your first step should be initially find the value of f of s and g of s. So initially I'm considering f of s as 1 by s and g of s as second function is 1 upon s minus 3. Okay. So this will be your value of f of s and g of s first. Okay. Next what I am doing, I am finding value of f of t and g of t. Okay. So for that you have to take Laplace inverse both sides. So Laplace inverse of f of s is equal to Laplace inverse of 1 by s. Laplace inverse of 1 by s. Laplace inverse of f of s is equal to what? F of t. Okay. And Laplace inverse of 1 by s we know. Laplace inverse of k by s is k. So Laplace inverse of 1 by s will be 1. So this will be your value of f of t. This will be your value of f of t. Similarly in g of s, take inverse both sides, so you will get Laplace inverse of g of s is equal to Laplace inverse of 1 upon s minus 3. Okay. So Laplace inverse of g of s will be g of t is equal to 1 upon s minus 3. Inverse of 1 upon s minus 3 is, we know 1 upon s minus a inverse is e raised to at. So here a means what? 3. So the Laplace inverse of 1 upon s minus 3 will be e raised to 3t. This will be your value of g of t. Okay. After finding value of f of t and g of t, finally yes, you have to apply the theorem. Therefore, by convolution theorem, you have to apply the formula. So the formula is f of t into g of t is equal to integration of limit 0 to t f of t minus u into g of u du. You have to apply this formula. So is equal to integration of limit 0 to t. Now you can see here f of t is equal to what? 1. So in f of t you have to replace t by t minus u, but here they haven't given the value of t, only 1 is there, so you can't put instead of 1 t minus u, so 1 will be as it is, into g of u. In g of t you can see in g of t e raised to 3 term is there. So in g of t, instead of t what you have to put now? U. So I can directly put g of t is equal to e raised to 3t. So instead of t I'm putting u, so e raised to 3u du. Okay, therefore f of t multiplied by g of t is equal to integration of limit 0 to t e raised to 3u into 1 will be e raised to 3u du. Now we know that integration of e raised to x is e raised to x, right? So integration of e raised to 3u will be e raised to 3u and divided by its coefficient. Its coefficient is 3 here. Okay, you have to put square bracket on right hand side and you have to put limit on right hand side. Okay, now 1 by 3 is constant, I'm taking outside. Instead of u, initially I'm putting upper limit, means t. Instead of u, put t, so you will get e raised to 3t. In between you have to compulsory give minus sign. Now instead of u, you have to put lower limit, that is 0. So e raised to 3 into 0 will be 0. So your final answer will be 1 by 3 in bracket e raised to 3t minus the value of e raised to 0 is 1. Okay, so f of t into g of t is equal to, you will get 1 by 3 into e raised to 3t minus 1. So in this way you can solve any question of convolution theorem. Okay, go step by step. Initially find f of s, g of s. From f of s you have to find f of t by taking inverse. From g of s you have to find g of t again by taking inverse, and then you have to just apply the formula. Let's see one more question so that your topic will be clear. The question is, find Laplace inverse of, they have given one equation. So your first step should be initially find f of s and g of s. So f of s, again here I am considering 1 by s, and g of s I am considering 1 upon s square plus 4 square. Okay, now you have to take inverse both sides. So Laplace inverse of f of s is equal to Laplace inverse of 1 by s. Laplace inverse of f of s is f of t, and Laplace inverse of 1 by s is again same 1. So this will be your value of f of t. Similarly on right hand side, take inverse both side. In exam you have to mention taking Laplace inverse both side. Okay, I'm not mentioning here, but you have to mention every step. Okay, so taking Laplace inverse of both sides, so we will get Laplace inverse of g of s is equal to Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4 square. Okay, so Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4 square is 1 upon a means here 4, 1 by 4 into sine 4t. This will be your value of g of t. This will be your value of g of t. Okay, after this you know that therefore by ct means convolution theorem, write down the formula f of t into g of t is equal to integration of limit 0 to t f of t minus u into g of u du. Okay, so here f of t into g of t is equal to integration of limit 0 to t. Again you can see f of t minus u. F of t is here 1, so no need to put the value of t here. T minus u, 1 will be as it is, into g of u. G of u means in g of t replace t by u, so 1 by 4, keep it as it is, into sine 4t. Instead of t I am putting u, so sine 4u du will get, right? 1 by 4 constant I am taking outside, so 1 by 4 0 to t sine 4u du. So 1 by 4 in bracket integration of sine is minus cos, so minus cos 4u divided by its coefficient. Coefficient of u is here 4, so divide by 4, and limits you have to put on right hand side like this. Now minus sign I'm taking outside, and this 4 also I'm taking outside. Already 4 is outside, so 4 times 4 will be 16, and in bracket you will get cos 4u 0 to t. So minus 1 by 16 in bracket, instead of u now put t, so you will get cos 4t minus, instead of u now put 0, so 4 into 0 will be 0. So final answer is f of t into g of t is equal to minus 1 by 16 in bracket the value of cos 4t, keep it as it is, minus the value of cos 0 is 1. So this will be your final answer, minus 1 by 16. Or you can multiply minus also, minus inside also. So plus term will become minus and minus will become plus, or keep it as it is, you will get full marks. Okay, so I hope convolution theorem concept is almost clear to you, or else we'll solve one more question. Okay. Now this kind of question mostly asked in exam. Okay, the question is again same, find Laplace inverse of one equation they have given by using convolution theorem. So your first step should be initially write down f of s. Now here you can see s square is in numerator, so I'm taking 1s for f of s and 1s for g of s. Okay, so s into s square, so I'm splitting this s square and divided by, write down first bracket here, so s square plus 9, I can write 9 as a 3 square, and here s square plus 16, I can write 16 as 4 square. Okay, so your first term will be f of s equal to s upon s square plus 3 square, and g of s is equal to s upon s square plus 4 square. Now taking inverse Laplace transform, so you will get Laplace inverse of f of s is equal to Laplace inverse of s upon s square plus 3 square. Okay, so Laplace inverse of f of s, we know f of t is equal to s upon s square plus 3 square. The inverse of this term is cos 3t. Inverse of this term is cos 3t. Similarly here again same, taking inverse Laplace transform, so you will get Laplace inverse of g of s is equal to Laplace inverse of s upon s square plus 4 square, right? So Laplace inverse of g of s is g of t is equal to, again same, its Laplace will be cos 4t. Its Laplace will be cos 4t. Therefore, by using convolution theorem, we have formula f of t into g of t is equal to integration of limit 0 to t f of t minus u into g of u du, right? Now in this formula put both the values, so you will get integration of limit 0 to t f of t minus u. Now you can see here in f of t they have given one equation cos 3t. So now what I'm doing, cos 3, instead of t what you have to put, t minus u. Okay, into g of u, means in g of t replace t by u, so you will get cos 4t. Instead of t what I am putting, u and du. Okay, now here you can't directly integrate this term, so for that you have to use this formula. The formula is 2 cos a into cos b is equal to cos a plus b plus cos a minus b. Okay, you have to use this trigonometry formula. So for that what I'm doing, I'm just multiplying and dividing this equation by 2. So 0 to t 2 cos, what I have done here, I have just multiply and divide by 2, and cos 3t minus u is there, right? Multiply 3 inside, so you will get 3 into t 3t minus 3 into u 3u into cos 4u du. Now you can see here 2 cos a into cos b. Here a means 3t minus 2u and b means 4u. Okay, so you can't directly integrate this. Initially you have to simplify this equation by using this formula. So the formula is 2 cos a into cos b is equal to cos a plus b. Here a means what, 3t minus 3u plus b here 4u plus cos a minus b, that is 3t minus 3u and minus 4u du. Okay, so now 1 by 2 integration of limit 0 to t cos, you can see here 3t minus 3u plus 4u will be u, so 3t plus u you will get, and plus cos, same here 3t minus 3u minus 4u will become minus 7u and du. Now you can see there is a plus sign in between two terms. Now you can integrate both the terms. So integration of cos is sine, so it will get sine 3t plus u, and divided by coefficient of u is 1, so no need to write, plus again integration of cos is sine 3t minus 7u divided by minus 7. Why? Because here the coefficient of u is minus 7 and limits we have 0 to t. So 1 by 2 in bracket, instead of u now put t, so you will get sine 3t plus t plus minus I'm taking outside, or minus 1 by 7. Here also sine 3t minus 7t. Okay, and minus, now put lower limit 0 instead of u, so you will get sine 3t, because sine 3t plus 0 will be 3t, and minus will become plus 1 by 7 sine 3t minus 0, again same 3t. Okay, so your final answer will be 1 by 2 in bracket sine 3t plus t will be 4t minus 1 by 7 sine 3t minus 7t will be minus 4t, and minus sine 3t, keep it as it is, and plus 1 by 7 sine 3t. Okay, this will be your final answer. Okay, so in exam sometimes they will ask you this kind of question also. Mostly they ask you this kind of question only. Okay, so you should know the formulas of trigonometry also. If both the terms are cos, then you have to use 2 cos A into cos B formula. This one, if both the terms are sine, you have to use 2 sin A into sin B formula. Sometimes they will give you one cos term, one sin term. That time also you have to use sin A into cos B or cos A into sin B formula as per condition. Okay, so I hope all 3 questions of convolution theorems are clear to you. This concept is clear to you. Okay, if you want to solve more questions, or if you want to do more practice, then we have our personal tuitions also. Okay, you can contact me. I have mentioned in description all the details. Okay, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share our channel, so that the next videos updates will notification of next videos you will get. Okay, till then, take care, bye bye, have a great day.